this girl. Oh my God. They're trying to get
What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter? What's up, everybody? Shoot, I hope you're having a good day, because my day is going well and stuff like that. In the first live stream, I will talk about Star Wars. That's what I think the Star Wars future is going to be. Because for me and Star Wars, we got an up and down relationship with that franchise. Because they're Star Wars sometimes. Sometimes Star Wars franchise going good, sometimes it don't. And that's the problem, I think, in my opinion, what they be doing just with the franchise. Because the Star Wars franchise, it seemed like it to me. It seems to me that after it's so Disney try to do their own thing just by putting their own brand of politics in it. And that's not a good thing, in my opinion. Because that's just me. Because they're like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do something with Star Wars franchise, what they be doing and stuff like that. Because like the one Star Wars that they got bad or average just with the Mandalorian, and like for the next season, if they do make the next season, I need. It seemed like it to me with Kathleen Kennedy trying to get her hands in it. It seemed like the show got average and bad just for some people, and that's the bad thing that I fear about it. Because the thing for me, so I like the Mandalorian. I like the older Clone Wars show that came out the last seasons and stuff like that. I like that. Because that's not my problem. I like that show, The Mandalorian, The Clone Wars, what George Lucas made. Everything like that, I like that. And plus also, next thing I like was some of the games that came out. And like everybody that listening, I just advertise that I got memberships on my channel, 99¢, 199, and stuff like that. If you get membership in just 199, I get the answers when your questions in the video. As long as my opinion is the question is sound like unspecific to an anime, a franchise, or anything else like that, that'd be cool with that. And for my membership, it's 99¢, and 199. That's my membership and stuff like that for it. You first click on it and see which one you want, but they're just two I got so far. And kind of like for Star Wars, I want to see, and kind of like for the news and stuff like that, what everybody talking about. And some of the Star Wars people been saying and tell us they like the new older ones. So like y'all don't respect the old Star Wars stuff in order for you to appreciate the new. And some of the new Star Wars stuff is bad. Because they might mean the Star Wars stuff is not the best. It's not. Because Star Wars stuff, in my opinion, is not the best in my opinion. And that's kind of like the thing in my opinion, which I don't like. Most of the time, it's dealing with Star Wars. Sometimes, because you look at it, Star Wars got the because your thing Star Wars got the kind of like potential to be a good franchise, a really good franchise, I think, in my opinion. But then for me, it's like if they get good writing in between and stuff like that, man, that'd be good. It's a Star Wars latest news and rumors. Let's just see if it's good or not. Star the new Star Wars episode coming for us. Disney announced new Star Wars episodes coming for Ahsoka. Oh man, I just hope the episodes is actually good and there's a good show and good writing and good build up. Because then for me, if they can have good build up, good writing and everything, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. And count that the lead up to Disney most anticipated, and and the name of the article is on the direct.com. Definitely anybody who wondering where it's from, it's from the direct.com article from and stuff like that. And the kind of thing for me, and the kind of thing I noticed, like they're dealing with the articles and stuff like that, and dealing with Disney, it sounds like, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. I just hope the articles is kind of like criticize Disney when they have to, and make sure that the criticism is valid. Some of the time, because think about most of them about this song be valid, but the thing is the article be like going around it sometimes, and that might be a good or a bad thing, but the thing about for me, it dealing with this Star Wars stuff is like we got to get good stories behind this, and that's the problem, and that's the problem dealing with me. It what I see for Star Wars because it just had a little bit. It just had one show that be good, but the rest of the shows be average and stuff like that. And that's the bad thing about it. Also, and that's kind of like the bad thing about which I noticed about the Star Wars franchise and stuff like that. And kind of like the other bad thing which I want to see, but we might not see. It sounds like Star Wars, Star Trek, everything come be like more rated R stuff. If they can get that rated R stuff just with good storytelling, or PG-13 with good storytelling, I'm cool with that. And that's just me, in my opinion, with what I want to see. But the kind of thing for me, which I think that we won't see, it sounds like Disney actually, like in my opinion, raise the stakes on it. Sure, that's just me. Because then for me, it sounds like Disney need to raise the stakes on some of this stuff, and don't try to put politics in the show. Because the thing on me, what I be seeing is politics. And that's just me. Because you cannot put politics inside a good show. Because that's where the characters, the characters in the show, just got to go to the challenges and stuff like that. If you want to put political stuff in it, dealing with Star Wars universe, you can do it. But the thing for me is make sure that the writing is good. I think, in my opinion, make sure the writing is good and the built up is good too when you put it in there. And that's kind of like the problem that I'm seeing that what some writers don't do with their movies or shows. So stuff that's yeah, I can agree, I can disagree, Y'all can put it in the comments if you're on YouTube or Twitch. If y'all agree or not. If y'all want to ask me a question or anything like that, I got the link in the chat. If anything like that, dealing with Star Wars, anything like that. Because thing for me, shoot, because I didn't grow up on the original trilogy. I grew up on the one just with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Yeah, everything like that. And that just me. I grew up on the not the original trilogy, but the other trilogy with the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. When he said, "I'm your father," I said, "Oh shit." Because that for me, shoot, I didn't have to believe it at first, just until I heard the background, the prequels. The prequels pretty much explained everything about Darth Vader. It pretty much explained it, and that was a good thing in my opinion. It sounded like when you had the prequels, that actually be good, in my opinion. And and that's the problem in my opinion. Because I wouldn't like it in my opinion and stuff like that. What's up, Barcode?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, shoot, the thing about Star Wars, which I think holding it back, I think in my opinion, it sounds like some of the people that work at Star Wars,
Right.
um, they should have put their own politics in it, and that's the problem.
Yeah, should not do that. Yeah, no, no. Very bad for him.
Yeah, be-
So,
because the thing about, in my opinion, when you look at the Star Wars comic books, the Star Wars comic books be good. It be having all types of new characters in there. When Lucasfilm just can use and make a show,
yeah,
and kind of like and Kathy Kennedy ruined it when she said it's not canon. I say, wait a minute, you made over 30 years worth of work not canon because you want to put your politics in it, man. Man, I was mad.
yeah.
I was mad too because shoot, I find that out, and plus shoot, I went to somebody's channel or something like that before shoot. I got my own YouTube channel and start doing it. They try to tell me something, give it a chance. I say, should you do know that Disney don't have a good track record of making original Star Wars stuff? That was George Lucas. That wasn't Disney
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And some of these same channels be the one talking some so some of the big channels. He talks about what happened to Disney. I keep on. I look at him. I said, wait a minute. Did y'all not? Did y'all not hear the smaller creators talking about it first time? Like me and you, everybody else, the smaller creators be talking about this being coming.
yeah,
Just with Disney don't know how to make original stuff without guidance,
yeah. For him.
and now these
True.
big channels don't even give small channels like us credit just for talking about it and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Because I'm looking at this, I said, wait a minute now. Some of the big channels was the main one defended Disney that
yeah.
they'll make it episode 8. And they were saying it's not that bad. I said, not that bad.
It's very bad.
And
It's very, very bad. Yeah,
they was actually defending it on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I was saying if if I put one word down there on somebody's Twitch channel, they would come for me and say, ban that person right there. He just a hater. I say, okay.
yeah,
I will let y'all learn years down the line. And guess what? Me and you and
yeah,
Multiverse was right and say
yeah,
that Disney did not have a plan. we've been saying this on this channel, me and you and Multiverse,
Yeah.
before episode 9 came out. So we've been saying this in people were saying to some Disney can make a good episode 9. I said, wait a minute. Ryan Johnson messed up episode 8. You can't make a good episode 9. It's episode 8 is bad.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, look at Captain Marvel, the first movie for Marvel. That
Yeah.
movie bad. Look at the new
Yeah.
one they got now. The trailer don't
Yeah.
even got a story. The trailer don't even have a story. I'm looking at this. I say, what's the story about? Who's in trouble? Who's the villain?
Yeah. I don't know how. Yeah.
I don't even know the villain,
Yeah.
but I just didn't know the problem. Clue.
Yeah.
And so they don't even give it in the trailer. They just show Captain Marvel. They just show Captain Marvel, Mark and Rambo, and plus Kamala Khan using their powers to fight something. I say,
Yeah.
I know the Marvels gonna be fighting. That's what.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of them fighting? That's all I just need. Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, shoot, unless they fighting scrolls or bad mutants, it's no, it's no purpose. And so you heard about Kamala Khan becoming a mutant. I said, wait a minute, that's not right though, because if you look at half of her career when she first came up, she was an Inhuman. They want to switch her to the mutant to make her popular. I said, wait a minute, that made no sense.
Yeah, now that's not her origin. What? No.
That don't make no sense to switch her switch her to a mutant, and we know that when her first comic came out, she was a Inhuman. And put a thing about it, Inhumans is stronger than mutants. In case people don't know.
Yeah.
Because like the Inhumans might be less popular, but that's why they is stronger than the mutants. Because one of the Inhumans God had crashed onto Earth dying, made the mutants. What will make Marvel switch her to mutants and plus a big old Inhumans made the mutants? There's no purpose to that, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And kind of like the thing for me, which I scared of this Captain Marvel movie. If this movie is bad, man, that gonna ruin Mark Rambo chances of getting a movie.
Yeah.
And that's my problem. Because in WandaVision, I like her character, but the thing for me, if this next Captain Marvel movie sucks, that gonna ruin her chance of being in future MCU movies and stuff like that. Because we know what happened in Phase 1 and 2. If Iron Man and Captain America and Thor wasn't somewhat successful, that universe would have been done.
Yeah.
And Mark Rambo, if I was her and her agent, I will make sure that Marvel is making me look good all throughout that movie. And I was her. Because if you look at it, Brie Larson, she good because she got her first movie. Kamala Khan, she good. She got her own series already. Mark Rambo just to make sure that she's still good just for the future of Marvel. Yeah. That's the thing. Because thing about it is, I was her. I was switch over to DC before that universe just started going bad. Because if you look at it, some of the James Gunn actors that wasn't in MCU is switching over to DC. Because I'm looking at that, I said, wait a minute, James Gunn knows something that we don't know that's going on over there. Yeah. And just for his actors to switch over from Marvel to DC, somebody over there, it just ain't organized and stuff like that. and then with Disney and Star Wars, I do not know how the games storyline be better than the whole trilogy. Better than the new trilogy in Star Wars. I don't get it.
Yeah.
The first game, The Fallen, and the other game, the second game with Calcassus, all both of the games is good.
Yeah.
It just if the third game come out and that be good too, that be the best Star Wars trilogy
Yeah.
that
Correct.
comes out,
Yeah.
and that's sad. And that's a
Yeah.
video game. That's
Mhm.
a video
It's
game got
better
a
than the movies. Yeah.
man.
Greatest
we-
movie right now.
Man, I hate that junk too because I look at that. I look at the games and play them sometimes, and doing Star Wars games. It just like disappoint me just when I see the game stories be better than the live action movies
Yeah.
than we get. Because if you look at it, episode 7 was decent. That wasn't the problem just with the new trilogy. The
No.
problem was with episode 8 and 9. And
But
episode
Ray.
8,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And Luke
And,
be different. It's not even airport. Yeah.
and plus we all know Ray was supposed to be Luke Skywalker's daughter. So we all know this
Yeah.
supposed to be there. Or
Yeah. Somewhere. Somewhere.
she had a brother or something like that, a long lost brother that
Yeah.
Disney tried scrap
Yeah.
from the script. There's knowing them.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For yeah.
Or they could have used or they could have used Finn and Ray training just at
Yeah.
the end or just at episode 7 going into episode 8 and getting ready to fight Kylo Ren and Snook. And that would
Yeah.
have been a good fight.
Yeah.
Uh,
Couldn't
be,
you use
be,
like it for
yeah, because if you look at it, Kylo Ren were always gonna turn to the light side anyway.
yeah.
At the end of the trilogy, because they ain't doing that fight, he would have been just a little bit getting defeated. He probably would have ran away, retreated, just by Snook had said, just for Snook, there's no his arrogant self. He probably would have tried to fight them both, and they would have killed him at episode 8, and that would have been good, I think, in my opinion. Or Kylo Ren probably would have been up in some kind of command room, just locking in Snook, betraying him,
Yeah.
and just leaving Finn and Ray to fight Snook to get out the room, and that would have been a good setup for me. Because if you look at it, Kylo Ren and Snook really didn't get along ever since the first movie. Because you look at Kylo Ren always think he should have been ahead, and he used that situation that Ray and Finn coming in to fight him, to lock him in the room, and this white Snook just for existence, just for Finn and Ray fighting him.
Yeah.
And the kind of like the bad thing about it, Finn, the Finn character could have been so much better.
Yeah.
It could have been so much better, man. The
I
way they
know.
went,
Yeah.
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 Because I was looking at this, I said, wait a minute, Finn could have been the first Gray Jedi.
Yeah. At least. Come on.
The first Gray Jedi just for the new generation of people. He probably would have trained.
This Star Wars movie adapted for it. Yeah. Some comments me.
Because that's what when you look at episode 9, they had the book. They had the Jedi book to be ready to train everybody, and they destroyed it. I said, what? Because I look at it, I said, wait a minute. Yoda would never destroy a Jedi book.
No.
And they try to say talk some Yoda. Everybody was better. I said, wait a minute. I said because I can't listen to myself. I listen to the explanations. I said, wait a minute. And I look at episode 8, and plus episode 8 didn't show a bitter Yoda or nothing like that. Just saying that that so that he hate the Jedi Order and he think Jedi Order was wrong. He wouldn't say that, in my opinion. He wouldn't say that in my opinion though. Yoda,
Yeah,
Yoda
he never do that. Not active for him.
Mace, Qui-Gon Jinn, they would have tell Ray to train the new generations and just let them know he would train other people in secret and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that's what we all know during that time is that the Sith people was kind of strong at the time, and they would have asked the Jedi to train people in secret just until the numbers get up high and stuff like that. That because the thing for a Jedi shoot, if each Jedi person probably can train about 10 people, that'd be about 100 people or more, I think. Because if you look at it, Finn used to be a soldier. He good with training. He's not the problem. He good with training and stuff like that. Everything else like that. And plus, like the article they got for Disney Plus Towers before the show. Other shows kind of for Ahsoka. I said, wait a minute. Don't y'all supposed to be advertising the Ahsoka show and not other shows before it? Because that don't make sense. Because it tells us continuing her last adventures in the Mandalorian returns to the Ahsoka live action. We already know that she's getting her own show because y'all already had put the trailer out. That make no sense. And many are excited to see characters like Sabrine Rent. Why is we keep on going back to the past?
Why?
Sabrine Wren was before Ahsoka. She was before Ahsoka.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even have meet Ahsoka at that time.
Yeah.
Because she would have been just on the run just from the Siths. They wouldn't have her they wouldn't have her meet up with Ahsoka and stuff like that. Unless she just a cameo, just a one-time thing, I'm cool with that. But did they try to make it a whole series? Nah.
Yeah.
That won't work.
The time for the Rebels, yeah.
And they did try to bring up Boca Raton. I'll say, wait a minute now. The Mandalorians and the Jedi's did not get along at this time. Why would they meet with each other?
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Yeah.
That don't make sense because we all know during the time when the Jedi was rebuilding, they only trust certain Mandalorians. They didn't trust all of them. They did trust certain ones that was around Jedi a lot most of the time. Yeah. But the new ones, they did not trust them unless they prove themselves. That's the only way they trust them. And stuff like that. And people try to say on the Ahsoka show is gonna be the best show. I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at them. I say let's look at the show first before we start calling it the best show ever and stuff like that and hyping up a show. And that's the problem because you shouldn't be hyping up a show and you good or not. I'll be seeing with Disney people because they might Star Wars fans sometimes, and that's what I'll just be seeing this. Should they hype up the show based on the trailer? They're based on places that they see in the trailer. But I'll look at I'm saying to my head. I'll say, wait a minute, look at that episode first, and just see that if the dialogue and everything good throughout the show.
Yeah.
Sure, that's what I learned to do. They're doing Disney Star Wars. That that just me. Because then for me, if that was George Lucas Star Wars, shoot, I trust him. I trust George
Yeah.
Lucas. But the thing about Disney, Disney that came with so many bad stuff on some of this stuff, I don't trust that at all. But for some of this stuff, maybe they be doing, and that's the problem. I just don't trust it, and that's my problem, in my opinion. Sometimes for me, because the thing about it that they had some kind of news article in this saying that people don't want Kathleen Kennedy job as head of Star Wars. I wonder why, because she messed up the whole franchise.
Yeah.
When you mess up the franchise, should you
Nobody
make
wants it.
it? Yeah, nobody want that job to try to straighten out because things soon you straighten out. Kathleen Kennedy just got to come in and just I say I had this plan, I had that planned out, I did this, I did that, and that be the problem because I'm looking at that. I said, wait a minute, half y'all suckers don't even do it. Y'all don't plan for y'all stuff because that's what they would. If they would had a plan. Shoot. Kathleen Kennedy wouldn't even just had interfere. This was Mandalorian season 3. Come
Yeah.
on. And the thing about for me, I am a Star Wars fan myself. But the thing about for me, what hyped me up about episode 8 was the trailer and stuff like that. All just off for episode 7 being good, and plus I expect episode 8 to be good as well. And plus I saw the trailer, I saw the fights, I saw Luke, everything like that. Doing the trailer, I was hyped for it. I saw the movie, episode 8 kills me.
Yeah.
Because thing is, episode 8 almost make me not want to be a fan of Star Wars and stuff like that. And just after behind the scenes stuff I be seeing,
Yeah.
that's everything like that. I said, wait a minute. I was about to quit being a fan of the Star Wars franchise just until I saw season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian. That's the only thing that brought me back. Just a Star Wars brand, just was the Mandalorian show. That's the only thing that brought me back.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2 was good, I think, in my opinion. And they brought back Bob Iger to straighten out Marvel and Star Wars stuff. And Bob Iger puts me retired. And, and shoot, and he probably mad right now too. He probably mad because shoot, that was me. I'll be mad too because I said, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be retired. I'm supposed to be retired, relaxing with my family and stuff like that, and y'all messing up like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this, I said, why, man, why? Because y'all expect me to do all this and stuff like that. I said, oh man, I hate that jump. I hate that jump sometimes for me. And 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 that kind of junk get on my nerves sometimes. They're dealing with Star Wars fans because they're for Star Wars fans. Sometimes the Disney Star Wars fans, you can try to give a big old critique, just a small critique about a character that they like. I said, God, though, and they come for your head, bro. Because like one time, shoot, I said about a year or two ago, like on Twitter or just on somebody's channel, I said that Disney Star Wars might need to change on directions and to take out episode 8 and 9 of the Star Wars new trilogy and just
Right.
start over with Sirius and stuff like that, just to fill in the
Yeah.
blanks, just for episode 8 and 9. People came from my head on that channel and say, "You don't know what I'm talking about." The
What?
episode 8 and 9 is good, and guess what happened now? Everybody saying They said the same thing I said in that channel talks on episode 8 and 9 got to go. And,
Yeah.
and that's what I was a year or two ahead of the time. I was a year or two ahead. That's when I said that. On this channel, some other channel, I think I said they might need to make episode 8 and 9 into some kind of elseworld multiverse thing.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
That's fine. Yeah.
But the
But
thing about for me, it sounds like Kathleen Kennedy tried to bring back Ray just as the same character that she left it
no.
in the sequel trilogy. I'm looking at her. I said, wait a minute, you can't bring that same Ray back and expect
No.
people to like it.
No. That should be
Be,
multiverse. I mean,
because that jump won't work.
No.
Because thing about for me, if I was by either, I I I just was saying that episode 8 and 9
Was it an
do
altered
not
time?
count. Yeah,
You know.
let's put that in a separate timeline. If
Yeah.
you want to bring back more fans,
Yeah.
and just off with series that fill in the blanks. Therefore, episode 8 and 9. This put series on like the Mandalorian series stuff like that, season 1, and but you do about 10 episodes, 10 to 11 episodes, just seeing what happened, how do Ray evolve as a character and stuff like that,
Right.
and everything like that. That would be good for that one. And plus for next season, that'd be for episode 9. Then you go for the big battle conclusion and stuff like that on episode 9. And just for the future, if you want to do that, it just have a time skip, just about 5 to 10 years time skip. 5 years. I think a 5 year time skip is good. And just have some Jedi schools build up with some students, a little bit of students and stuff like that, and still had this school and stuff, and that'd be a good thing. I think, in my opinion, that I would do if I just went ahead over Disney. I just would say just make serious just to replace episode 8 and 9. It built up. And kind of like that about it. They said that Kevin Feige was supposed to make a Star Wars movie, but shoot, I don't see it.
No.
Because the thing about for me, what I was afraid of is Kevin Feige movie might be better than the whole sequel trilogy. If that ended up would have been true, they would have asked Kevin Feige to be over Star Wars too, and because I know it. That's how Disney is. Because they about Disney, if it's make money, the other person fired, and you hired it most of the time.
Yeah.
Because you look at Iron Man, Rhodey character, Terrence Howard, he just wanted to get paid more money. They fired him and put in Don Cheadle. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., Terrence Howard fight for you to take that part. I don't get how you don't cut your little paycheck a little bit because you was getting back in residuals anyway.
Yeah.
They're from the movies. I would take a little bit just of a pay cut to help out a friend being in the movie with me. And he's an actual good character, in my opinion. Yeah. Because Don Cheadle, I like his Rhodey, but the thing is, Terrence Howard fits it better compared to when the comic books. If you look at the comic book, yeah, because if you look at it, you can really tell the difference who was the star in the movie in between Terrence Howard and Robert Downey Jr. when those two was on screen. Because it probably would have been named Iron Man, but if you look at it, Terrence Howard had much presence, just as much as Robert Downey Jr. Up in those movies, in the first movie, and everything else like that. And they kind of like thing for me right dealing with Star Wars most of the time. How do the Star Wars game writing people come up just with better better plots, better world building, better characters, and better background depth for each characters in the games and stuff like that. That's what I noticed with some most of it. And could you remember some of the just the game Star Wars: The Old Republic? I'm just I'm just glad that Kathleen Kennedy just ain't touched that just while she was doing episode 8 and 9. I'm glad she ain't touched that because if she would have touched that, she would have messed that up too, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And she gotta talk about it just at the end of episode 9 after the movie came out, talking something she didn't have no plan. I could have tell that just after episode 8 that she didn't have no plan, because if you look at episode 7 compared to 8, it's
Yeah.
two different movies.
Yep.
It's two
It does not
it's
speak
two
to.
it, it's not even just on the same beat. Just on the first one was based on storytelling, linear storytelling, what the character built up. It seemed like a whole different movie on just on episode 8 and 9
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And some of the Disney people was defending that movie too. Because I'm looking at that, I said, wait a minute now. You defended episode 8 and 9? But y'all say that the original trilogy, the first 6 movies is trash. The prequels and the original
Nah.
trilogy is trash. Cause I'm looking at these fans. I say, so y'all do know it, if it wasn't for the original trilogy or the prequels, y'all wouldn't have that episode 7, 8, and 9
Yeah.
as part of your universe. This don't talk some. It doesn't matter. Shoot, you could start the universe 7, 8, and 9 and still be good. It won't.
Yeah.
It would have been so bad, and Disney would have been forced to make an original trilogy and push the prequels just to save the franchise. And during that time, during the time, in my opinion, just with George Lucas, just on making Star Wars, he wasn't afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He wasn't afraid to ask for help just while he was writing and directing the movie. Because you know he said he hired the writers, producers, everything for a reason, for help. But
Yeah.
that's what.
I've
Yeah,
heard like
but
that.
but this is the problem. Kathleen Kennedy forgot that,
Is it?
and she was his friend, and she messed up the whole franchise, and she threw away his script.
Yeah.
She threw away his whole script he had for, because thing about doing that script, he had this for series, movies for the next 10 years. He had a plan for the next 10 years on that script. Because when I heard that, I said, Kathleen Kennedy betrayed George Lucas on that, bro. She betrayed him just on that front. Because think about it, I probably would have been your friend, but that's what time for business. I wouldn't trust on that one.
Yeah.
Because I trust as a person and stuff as a friend, but as a business person, I probably won't give her nothing in time for movies, in time for business, and stuff like that. And she was part of movies like Jurassic Park series, the other series. It was actually successful, but the key was she never written the movie though, and that's what I'm pretty much glad that she didn't write for the Jurassic Park movies, because
Yeah.
I have a feeling if she would have did it, she would have had some type of how can I say this, some type of agenda on the movies.
Yeah.
And because she tried to claim that Star Wars don't have strong female characters, I said, wait a minute,
What?
have y'all not look at the games, the comic books, evil and
Yeah.
good, strong female characters? Come on now. And that's the bad thing about it. These people be lying, bro. Online, talk something. It's no strong female characters There's no new strong female characters in Star Wars that we look up to. Bastilla, that's in the Old Republic. Jade, Mara Jade, that's in the older Old Republic movie and stuff like that, in games
Mm.
and stuff like that. Come on, it they got bounty hunters that females and strong and stuff like that. Because I'm looking at this, I
Yeah.
say, y'all Disney people that must don't read comic books or play games and anything like that because this credit they would have played games and stuff like that. They would have known that, and that's the problem. That's the problem, in my opinion, though. And kind of like the thing for me, and in my opinion, if I would have like a Star Wars, a Star Wars show, my Star Wars shows will be it just be about a character or two, a partners that's going on it on this training people at their school and stuff like that, and some masters and anything like that. Um, but my character wouldn't be a master; he'd be like a student. I think something like that, and he would turn into a master, just doing his journey and stuff like that, and that'd be a good thing, in my opinion.
Uh,
Because if you look at it, Luke Skywalker, Anakin, all them start off as students and work their way up to be a master. In my opinion, that'd be a good thing for me.
yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
And 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 put a difference in between my series and other people's series. My character will be part of the Grey Jedi School, a whole new school that they will fight for the good, but then they're willing to kill the bad guy if they have to and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they will have Grey Jedi's interacting just with Jedi's and Siths that want to turn to the Grey Jedi side and just not be evil, everything like that, and that'd be a good thing. That's what I think, in my opinion. That will be good, in my opinion. But some people might like it, some people might not. And stuff like that. Um, be, be, because the thing for me, right, it seems like Star Wars. I think, in my opinion, the new one don't get a Drake that just the Great Jedi just no love though. Most of the time, they just give it to the Siths and Jedi's. Because I'm looking at them, I said, wait a minute now. Shoot, you do know it was actually it was actually great Jedi's back in those days, up in the old Republic and stuff like that. But the people excuse would have been tossed on. But it didn't explain in the comic books. Mace was a great Jedi. How in the world do you think he learned both sides?
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Because
course.
because they might he had to learn from somewhere,
Yeah.
and that what people just don't get sometimes. Should they learn it from somewhere? And that's the problem with everybody, I think, in my opinion, though. And that's the problem, I think, in my opinion, some people have. Sometimes there's dealing with the Jedi's, there's dealing with Jedi's, and plus some kind of, there's dealing with Jedi's, dealing with Siths, dealing with the misconceptions. It, because like people claim else that what I would think most of the time that um it just is the big old creator himself tell you that Mace could do light and dark side, that would tell you that is that person is meant to be in the gray side of the force.
Yeah. Doing that. Yeah.
And just even Luke Skywalker learned some dark side stuff. And he was a Jedi. He even learned some stuff up in the comic books with some dark side stuff. And it kind of like the strongest Jedi, I think, in my opinion, was just one Mace, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, and Qui-Gon Jinn. I think the new ones I saw, but some older Jedi's up in the Old Republic was strong too. And that's why the Sith didn't come out back then. Except for
Yeah.
a couple of them. I think Darth Bane was strong, but Darth Bane died too. Off a strong Jedi. I think a couple of Jedi's killing him. Darth Bane because Darth Bane got greedy. I think in the comic books for power, and that what got him messed up. I think in my opinion. And do you think that who you think the Star Wars fans? I think in my opinion that Disney Star Wars fans is just gonna start judging this shows fairly and just not hype it up. How about
Yeah.
those?
For yeah. For yeah. We got hype for yeah.
Because you look at TikTok most of the time, just when a new Star Wars show's coming out for Disney, they hyping it up. I'm looking at them. I say,
Yeah.
shoot, y'all didn't learn from episode 8 and 9,
We got
just
that
with all
great.
this hype that y'all had for it.
Yeah. And now you hyping for me? Now it do it.
Do y'all just not learn y'all lesson?
Yeah.
Because at one time I was thinking about putting down criticism of the trailer of somebody that was a Star Wars fan and stuff like that. But you know what I say? I say nah because these people on TikTok sensitive. I say nah, bro. Because the thing about it, you can talk about one bad criticism of a hero on TikTok. They will try to ban your account. I say nope.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be King Lion and be keep on fighting with TikTok to get my account back because of
Yeah.
sensitive people. I said, nah, yo, mm-mm, I'm not about to do that because that's what I can do it over here just on YouTube. If you come here disrespectful, I just can block you,
Yeah.
and that's it. Real easy. I'll block you real easy over here on YouTube, everything like that. But thing about TikTok, shoot, man, sure, those people don't even like they can mass support your channel for nothing
Yeah.
just on stuff that falls, and that's the problem, and that's not the problem in my opinion, which I see. So like that with TikTok sometimes is sound like they shouldn't be able to ban your how can I say, should they shouldn't be able to ban your account because you just disagree with them and stuff like that. Because the thing for me, be- be- because the thing about me and one time Darko, which I noticed about TikTok, right?
Right.
Just when a Marvel movie is bad, they do not talk about it. And just with somebody just for the DC fan, bring it up and say, did you saw Captain Marvel just that bad movie? Look at them
Yes.
talking. It
I
wasn't that bad. I kept saying, wait a minute.
know what you.
If this
Did you
was a
say
DC
Marcus?
movie, if this was a DC movie, TikTok would have been running all day just with criticism about the movie. If this was a DC movie
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
So true. Yeah. Yeah.
But
True. No.
time for Marvel and DC Star Wars, they might be shut most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
And and kind of like the thing about it for me, what I'll be seeing most of the time, they deal with TikTok. if I do go live over there sometime, I already know. I already know that some people on TikTok is sensitive about the Disney Star Wars and Marvel. I know it is. And they got a claim to talk some did you read the new comic books? I, and that's all I just I tell them. I said, wait a minute. Half of these movies is not even based on new comic books.
Yeah,
Don't even try
that's
to bring
true.
that up. That on the new
Yeah,
comic
don't.
books, it's not even based on the new comic books. It's based on the older
Mm,
ones. That's actually
yeah,
is good. And y'all be coming with excuses how some it's based on the new stuff. And that's what you know what I do? I look it up. I look it up. I look at the big old director what he said, and guess what the director be saying? Talk some it's based on the '90s and plus the early 2000 comic books. And boy, ooh, ooh, boy, and 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 just when I be finding that out and putting the comment section sometimes TikTok and saying that's not true. It's based on the '90s and 2000 stuff, and that's what and my comment going. Wait a minute, where's my comment? Boy, shoot, they be running.
yeah,
Disney, Disney Star Wars people just be running half the time. Just after they be wrong. And they be claiming that they be right because I be looking at them. I said, wait a minute, y'all not right? Half of y'all movies don't even be good. They don't even be good though. That's the problem. Y'all episode 8 and 9 is trash right now. And plus, man, and this is a soccer show. It got to be good. It's got to be good. Be, because thing for me, this is Disney last chance dealing with Star Wars series. I think, in my opinion, definitely the general public for them to keep Disney Plus. I think, in my opinion, because not I know the general public. If these live shows don't be good, people don't buy the monthly subscription service for
yeah,
for like Disney Plus. And shoot, and kind of the bad thing about it, shoot, I got to go back and look at episode 1 and 2 of Invasions,
yeah,
Secret Invasions. I got to go back and look at it. And
yeah,
but the bad thing about it on Barcode, just
yeah,
before I could look at episode 2 of Secret Invasions, they already spoiled it
mm,
on TikTok. Also,
yeah,
Rhodey just was a scroll. I
yeah.
say that
Huh.
don't even make no sense.
How, since when? Change
That
that to
don't
this mean? No.
even make no
Yeah. Did we read the numbers at all?
and Tony Suit wouldn't even work with a scroll.
Yeah. So,
Have these people up in here just not real accountable that with Tony Suit got a DNA match thing just for rolling. He
yeah.
got a DNA match thing that wouldn't work. A scroll wouldn't be able to machine Suit because based on the DNA of the user they got in it, just with Tony just authorized to use it, that wouldn't work. Uh, unless that scroller, unless that scroll was some kind of symbiote, which your copy a power or something like that, that's different. But we all know, most of the time it's not, and that's the problem that I know with Disney Star Wars sometimes though, because it's true they might not like it. That all y'all do Star Wars people, y'all might not like it, but that's what y'all need to hold y'all creators, the live action series, just to a higher standard sometimes in movies. Uh, because thing about it, Disney just don't fair them right now of just leaving. Because if you look at it, Captain Marvel made $1 billion. How? I don't know. Because that's what people claim that Black Adam wasn't a good movie. But I look at them, I say, wait a minute. If Black if Black Adam not a good movie, I know Captain Marvel is not a good movie. And boy, and they get mad too. They get mad just when I bring that up. They get mad, but I bring up Captain Marvel and some of these uh, other stuff just for Disney Marvel and stuff like that. They get mad
Yeah.
at me just for telling the truth. Be,
Yeah,
be,
it's a pay rate too.
because think about it, when you look at it, Black Adam had more stakes in his movie just than Captain Marvel, and he
Yeah,
was new, and he was a new character coming out for the first time.
yeah, for
Captain,
Ford Rockford. Yeah, like played Rockford. Yeah,
yeah, and Captain Marvel had a whole 2 or 3 years of being built up just by the MCU, and her movie still was bad.
yeah,
And kind of like the thing for me, in my opinion, and stuff like that. It kind of thing I noticed for Black Adam, it sounds like I think the Rock is coming back. I think for the DCU for James Gunn,
yeah,
but the thing is, sound like James Gunn just need to tell the Rock just where up in the universe he gonna be at.
yeah,
Because if you look at it, Black Adam is just up in his own world, up in the comic books. He
yeah,
he don't really like interact with other heroes unless the bad guys or the heroes interfere just with his business. That's the only way that those two really interact. Because if you look at it, Black Adam and Batman is similar.
yeah,
All except for one thing though. Black Adam is willing to kill. Batman is not most of the time.
yeah,
That's the only difference they got. Batman don't kill most of the time. Black Adam would kill if he had to.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and stuff like that. And that when people like in my opinion just don't just don't learn most of the time, it sound like if you look at it, if this a Black Adam was living for hundreds of years on Earth, he would have been rich too on Earth. He would have been rich, walking around in a suit and just being arrogant. Because if you look at it, he's like a he's like a Superman with attitude. I think, in my opinion, uh, it, 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 he like a Superman that had actually take his crown. He took his spot just as being the head over a country. He like the head thing. He like the head man that's over it. And kind of and kind of like the problem for me, right? Which I got for Disney people, it sounds like Disney people do not respect. How can I say this? They didn't even respect Luke Skywalker when he died. This them, you know. I said, wait a minute now. Sure, you do know that Luke Skywalker didn't die in the comic books, right? He just had retired and left. He didn't die in the comic books. And some new people claimed also, no, so that's not sure. That's not true. You know, I tell them, look it up right now. Bring it, bring it up on your phone right now. When they say Luke Skywalker had died in battle, and that's not even true. Because you look at the comic books, the comic books is just it just based on Luke Skywalker and Mace most of the time. Luke Skywalker, Mace, and Yoda is based on those three. Lies just was characters around it. It just got spin-off series. It in case the people just don't know, it's based on Luke Skywalker, Anakin, Mace, Yoda when he was growing up, and Mara Jade. I think is based on her too. Just being with Luke, and and being with her before she been with Luke. Come on. And Luke Skywalker had a son. And that's the next bad thing that's just that kind of disappoint me. He had a son, and Disney had changed it to Ray. I said, wait a minute now. Luke Skywalker wouldn't have had leave his kids up in the desert with nothing. Come on. And that one makes sense, in my opinion, though, to leave him out there just with a desert and stuff like that. That don't make sense.
Yeah, going out, yeah. So let me send an offer, yeah, for yeah.
Yeah, because we all know that's dealing with Luke Skywalker and stuff like that. It's like Luke Skywalker just want to make sure that he would leave his child like at a temple or some kind of business person that when it could hide their daughter or son identity. There's a
Yeah,
Jedi and stuff like that.
that's it, yeah. Yeah,
Sure, that wouldn't make no sense for them that is leaving the desert and stuff like that. That make no sense. In my opinion. In my opinion, don't. But some Disney people think they did make sense. Cause I'm looking at this, I say, really? You really think that Luke Skywalker really would leave his child in the desert if he wouldn't know about it? No. Because you look at Anakin, his father died, I think, be, because that little insect man
yeah,
just with dirty, I think, something like that. Had got the father killed.
yeah,
Because like on the planet it was on, Luke Skywalker appearance was kind of like idealistic, I think, in my opinion. But
yeah,
everybody different and stuff like that.
yeah,
And and kind of like the bad thing, which I noticed dealing with them, in my opinion, stuff like that. And dealing with Star Wars, the Star Wars future, I want to see right
yeah,
this outlaw game for the coming out. If this
right.
outlaw game end up being better,
Good movies.
I am gonna be
Disappointed, right?
I'm gonna I am gonna be very disappointed up in the Disney live
Yeah,
action people. Because think about the Star Wars games always been good. All stuff with Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 was
yeah,
the only Battlefront 1 was cool, but then Battlefront 2, you could tell it was agenda inside that game. But the gameplay was
yeah,
cool. But the
definitely,
storytelling, you could tell that that on the Kathy Kennedy could had her hands in it and
yeah,
some
I
of the
can tell
lines
he's
to do.
yeah, quite different. Yeah,
And kind of like people try to tell me to play that game. I said, nah, I'm cool. Unless they make a Battlefront 3 just for different characters, I'm cool with it. Because they like the actress that played the character, she's not the problem. It just the lines
no,
they give her. It just the lines they give her and
yeah,
stuff like
how
that.
ready
That
to
just
get
made
up
her look
there.
bad. It made her look bad though. And kind of like the problem sometimes the fans blame the actor instead of them blaming the company that actually wrote it
Yeah,
most of the time because for me they write it, and when you write it most of the time, man, shoot, that just be good, bro. And that's kind of like the bad thing I noticed in dealing with some of them. That's dealing with the Star Wars stuff, and the thing that for me, I gotta look at episode 1 and 2. That again, that's dealing with Secret Invasion. I'm gonna look at it again and just do a live stream on it, just to give my opinion. Because think about it, I want to look at it a couple of times every time, like to make sure that that I just ain't being biased. Because I want to look at it a couple of times to make sure it's good or bad and stuff like that. Be, because think about it, because just already know that it be excuses. I'm telling something. You just biased against Marvel. I'm gonna say nope. I'm I'm
No,
just
it's
gonna look
coming
at it
fair.
2 times. If yeah, yeah, because think about it. Shoot, all y'all MCU fans, I'm gotta look at Secret Invasion episode 1 and 2 again. But the thing about it, if it's bad, I will tell y'all. And this episode 3 coming out, just during the time I look at episode 1 and 2, I will do a live stream on episode 1, 2, and 3, just to, just to give my critiques on just on 3 episodes or 2, whatever, how many episodes come out at that time. I do my live stream on it and stuff like that. And and kind of like the MCU fans, in my opinion, um, they're kind of sensitive. I noticed that. Marvel fans are sensitive. Disney Marvel fans are
Yeah,
sensitive and stuff
yeah.
like that. Because they were sure you can't even criticize a little bit thing on this stuff. I said, wait a minute, y'all criticize DC all day on TikTok, and when we switch over to DC, now y'all mad? Why? Why? I just
Yeah.
don't get it. But y'all get sensitive every time that it comes down to DC. Y'all have, because y'all have all these standards that time for DC movies and shows. But when Marvel shows come out, look, I'm talking. At least they tried. It came off this run, came out this run. They be telling all types of excuses for them. Different the Marvel shows when the Marvel, y'all didn't get excuse to Peacemaker, and y'all try to say yourself that what Peacemaker was a bad show, and that's what I caught, man. Because I say in my head, I said, wait a minute, if Peacemaker a bad show, shoot, I already know that Miss Marvel gotta be a bad show. Let me see the rating when again, Miss Marvel. Wait a minute, did they post that yet? Miss Marvel Disney series, did they post that score yet?
I don't know. I didn't check this
Wait a
one.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Rotten Rotten Tomatoes give it a 98%. Oh no, they give they give Kamala Khan Miss Marvel a 98%. I saw the show. It's not it's not a 98%. I don't get who be grading these shows though. I, I don't get it. A 98% though. Oh, but the audience give it an 80, and it was produced by Kevin Feige, Louis Armstrong, Victoria. Damn, now all these are producers, and they can't get a 98. They can't even get a good show off the ground. A new character. It's bad, bro.
Yeah.
It's good for some people, but some people don't like it. And it's also Miss Marvel is a genuinely fresh addition to the MCU, stylishly and substance. Wait a minute. She's a knockoff of Mr. Fantastic. What the word we talking about?
Yeah.
She was a knockoff on Mr. Fantastic of them in my opinion, having something different.
Just
Just
say
like,
King Foot Fantastic Four, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah, that made no sense. That made no sense when he would say to us, it's a good show. It's not a good show though. That's dumb. That's dumb to say. That's dumb to say, in my opinion, that it's a good show that we all know it's not.
yeah,
And plus, the bad thing about it is something that which I noticed that some people might not like. See, it sounds like some of these things, some of the things I think be going into just a bias, just, just because it's Disney Marvel. I think, in
yeah,
my opinion, they told with a bias already. Talking that Disney Marvel is gonna be good anyway. And this is a drama. They count it as a drama. I said, wait a minute now. Why do you count a superhero show we supposed to be saving people as a drama? It's supposed to
yeah.
be an action drama, not a drama by itself.
No, action drama. The fight scene, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what you look at Spider Man, action drama. Blade,
Yeah,
action drama. Look at the other movies. They have action and drama and a genre in
and
it.
it, yeah,
How do Marvel get away of, of just putting drama as part of this Marvel genre thing? That makes no
I don't
sense.
know. Yeah,
Damn, bro. I don't get how the fans be how the fans be getting that how the Marvel be getting away with half of these stuff. Because sure, I was looking at this, I said, wait a minute now, how do Marvel get away of just getting all these fans and stuff like that just to say drama and nobody say nothing? And none of these big
I don't
YouTube
know.
channels call out either.
Yeah, I think
And
he's good, man.
none of these big TikTok, YouTube, or nobody call out and say, it's just not a drama. It's action.
Yeah,
It's an
he's
action
an
drama
action
too.
author.
Because,
Yeah,
because look, if you look at it, when she got her powers, come on,
he's action.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
action. I don't get how people just don't give it
yeah, sales. Yeah,
that just don't give it half the
don't.
time.
Yeah,
Because that just get on my nerves half of the time.
yeah,
Because they don't even do it. They don't even man shoot man. They don't even try half the time. And that be my problem half of the time. See, I don't even try half of the time with the ratings.
yeah,
And kind of like the problem for me and dealing with the shows and stuff like that. That they don't even count. They don't even put Black Bolt in the show,
you know,
and she's a inhuman. Black Bolt and some of his people just would have went down there and check on her, and plus protect her and stuff like that. And where was Black Bolt in all this time when she was in Miss Marvel getting her powers and stuff like that, and she's a inhuman.
yeah,
And where was the other people that changed into Inhumans too during the show? Because that's what I sure
yeah,
didn't see
yeah. Spread through,
it.
then yeah,
Yeah, because you look at the origin of her story, she wasn't the only one that turned during that
no,
time. It was other people that turned too during that time, and some was evil and some was good.
yeah,
But the thing about, in my opinion, it seems like these people who making these shows don't even try to read comic books based on the characters that they doing.
Yeah.
And that's the bad thing I noticed. That older masters just just find Ray. And that was a good thing, I think, in my opinion. If they would have had Luke Skywalker, Ray, and Finn establish the school, and
Yeah.
this why Finn and Ray just try to find the older Jedi Masters, and for the older Jedi Masters help Luke establish the school, train people. 5 years later, Luke Skywalker retires, and plus the other teachers take over, establish the school,
Yeah.
built up. That's world building right there in less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'll give about less than 5 to 10 minutes right there. That's the end of episode 9. Just have the book with it too, and don't have the book destroyed during episode 9,
Yeah.
which was the dumbest thing in the world to have, I think, in my opinion. But the problem was, in my opinion, episode 9, Ryan Johnson messed up so bad. I think, in my opinion, at episode 8, just to Star Wars fans,
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams had to try and straighten out a whole lot of stuff at episode 9, and that made his movie look bad.
Yeah.
Just because of him, of Ryan Johnson, that messed up episode 8 and Star Wars lore and stuff like that. And some of the people say they actually liked that on episode 8. I'm looking at them. I said, wait a minute.
No.
Because all the people say it sometimes. I said, wait a minute now. That's not Luke Skywalker. That's not
And how
Luke
he let himself.
Skywalker characteristics
Yeah.
is to just quit on people. Because if you look at comic books, Luke Skywalker had changed a lot of people that was on the dark side just to the light.
Yeah.
He changed a whole lot of people, and they were way more stubborn just than Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
There was a lot more stubborn than Kylo Ren. And y'all try to tell me that y'all can't do the same thing for, man, shoot, that jump get on my nerves
Yeah.
after time.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at this, I said, wait a minute. Luke Skywalker, everybody else, everything like that. I said, wait a minute. Because I'm looking at this, I said, wait a minute. Sure, that jump don't make sense, I think, in my opinion. And kind of like the other thing I'm worrying about is that this Sith show was coming out, the Acolyte show. I'm scared for that.
Yeah.
Because shoot, this show right here, man, shoot, man, shoot, I'm scared for that, man. This Acolyte show, man, shoot. This Ahsoka show. I bet this show supposed to be good, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Because this season 3 of the Mandalorian just being average, just had dumbed down my hype for Ahsoka, but I'm still excited for it. But it's not as hype as seeing Kathleen Kennedy try to put her hands on everything and stuff like that. And that's my problem with it. Stuff like that. Because then, in my opinion, shoot, this Acolyte show should be about acolytes choosing just their own way while they training, I think, in my opinion, because that's what this should choose to be good, bad, or just in between and stuff like that. In my opinion, that'd be the best way to do it. Just like the students, with some guidance, I think, something like that, choose their own way. In my opinion, that'd be a good thing. But the thing, in my opinion, I just have a bad feeling I just have a bad feeling that that show might have politics in it, bad politics in it too. That- and just the way the video director was talking, she told some Frozen mixed with Kill Bill. I said, so you do know that on that Frozen is nowhere near Star Wars power set, and that what scares me when she said that, because I keep on saying Frozen and Kill Bill. I say
Yeah.
that don't even go together, because if you look at the Frozen powers, the villains everybody freeze up, and you can kill them right then.
Yeah.
That don't make sense time for power set, because the thing about it, she would have said um you got to have willpower, something like the Green Lanterns, to just be an acolyte. I would have been cool with that, because it's true. To be an
Yeah.
acolyte with systems and stuff like that, you got to have willpower, you got to have a strong mind, and stuff like that. I'm cool with that explanation. But there for me, what scares me is when she said, in my opinion, her Kill Bill and Frozen. I said, and you is the big old director, and that's how you hype up your show. That's how you
Yeah.
hype it up.
That's how I watch
That's the worst way to hype up your show. That's the worst word sentence that you can say about a show. Because then, like, so I just hyping up a Star Wars show. I just say it had good story, it had good characters, and plus the build up will be good too. Just in each episode, because you won't get the whole answer, because some YouTube channels just spent some Star episodes to tell the whole thing. But I'm already telling them it's a series, and it's just it won't tell the whole thing in one episode. It will build up all the way just to the end on certain stuff, and that would have been my way of selling my series. But the thing about it, she don't know how to sell hers. Sent me, in my opinion, she don't.
it. Yeah,
Be-
man.
because damn me talking some why would you say Frozen and Kill Bill? That make no sense. And especially just for Star Wars, that don't make sense. Therefore, Frozen and Kill Bill. Do somebody got ice power inside the Star Wars universe that I just don't know about? Because the last time I checked, it does force power, force choke, lightning, force push, force punch, everything like that. But that's what, no kind of
Mm.
Frozen stuff. Not for that. And kind of like for me, and like for the Acolyte show, I'm just hope that Kathleen Kennedy don't try to push a big old political agenda just with the main characters. That just me. And kind of like the bad thing about it, Star Wars had a chance to bring in Quentin Tarantino. They say no. I say, God, no. We could have had a first rated R Star Wars movie for episode 8 with Quentin Tarantino, with Kathleen Kennedy say no. And Star Trek messed up too now when they say no to him too, because that's what I look at Star Trek. I say, wait a minute, you shooting the main one asking for Quentin Tarantino to just be part of your franchise. This shooting the main one asking and begging for it. It's Star Trek. And plus the thing about it, up in the Star Wars universe, some of their games and everything like that done with Star Wars universe, it's rated R stuff. I just don't get how Disney just don't get that.
Yeah.
It's Jedi's, they cut off heads, they stab people, they got games that shoot people and stuff like that and beat up people bloody. and you try to tell me you had a chance to get Quentin Tarantino as part of your franchise for him to make his own movie, and you say no because you want to be for the kids. Kids is playing Call of Duty and Halo. What in the
yeah,
what in the world, in your opinion, just gonna think that kids can't handle Star Wars Star Wars people killing other people? Come on now, that make no sense. And this cute also, it's for the kids. It's for the kids' protection. Oh, it's not. No, it's not. It cause y'all just too scared to take the plunge. And Deadpool and Logan have proved you can be rated R and make the money. And Joker made $1 billion too, and over 1 billion some dollars, I think. The Joker movie, and that movie was in Joker 2 saying like it's gonna be good too. And kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, and kind of like the thing, like in my opinion and stuff like that. How is Star how is the Star Wars company? I think, in my opinion, being all stubborn, who's supposed to be producing this stuff? Y'all being stubborn? Shoot, y'all wasn't stubborn just on episode 8 and 9 with their movies and stuff like that. But it should have been stubborn for them. And Ryan Johnson talked about some he wanted to make his own version of what would happen in episode 8. But I'm looking at him, I said, wait a minute. I'm saying to my head, I said, wait a minute now, you can't be making your own versions of stories yourself, because you can't be doing that. Because you're supposed to go by the script that J.J. Abrams had, because that's what we wrote the script J.J. Abrams had. Finn and Ray would have been training to become Jedi's by now. By the time episode 9 came around. And that would have been a good thing to see. But the thing about it, I think Ryan Johnson might hate Luke Skywalker character.
yeah, yeah, for real.
For him to kill him? For
No,
him to kill him? Come on. He killed that man. I said, come on. That's the last person that you probably should kill in the movie is Luke Skywalker. Because then, if you look at it, the one character that should have died in the movie was Leia. And she lived at the end of episode 8, I think, died in episode 9, I think, or something like that, because she sacrificed herself, I think, something like that. Episode 9, Leia. Unless they didn't show it. I think I did for off screen though. But then she was already older
yeah,
and stuff like that. And kind of like for the next thing I want to see for the next season of The Mandalorian is see the Mandalorian skills, the big Grogu skills expand just as the Mandalorian in a Jedi, because then for me that'd be a good thing. Just for Grogu skills just to like expand and stuff like that, and for him to actually grow and stuff like that. Because they must shoot the Baby Yoda thing. Shoot, I bought one, and those things ain't cheap either. The Baby Yoda MP3 player thing, speaker thing. Those things be about $55-$60. I think, God damn. Because shoot, I'll just well get it. Because shoot, I bought it on sale, really. I bought it for $45 on sale. And that's the sale price. I say, God damn. I just will
yeah,
get it. Because the full price would have been about $100, I think. If I would have waited, $100 plus tax was $105, but I got on sale for $45. But I got it then. I saved it, and plus I still got it done. And plus I got the big old Batman on Funko Pop, just the Mega Pop, the Batman. because the one I got might be um that might be the Michael Keaton one, the one I got. That the one with the circle Lolo back signal. I think that's the Michael Keaton one. Because like the one for Ben Affleck, his one black and white,
Yeah.
and the one for Michael Keaton is black and Lolo. Yeah, everything like that. And and kind of like the one thing for me deal with Disney fans, if y'all listen, Disney fans, MCU fans for Disney, hold y'all people to a higher standard. Just dealing with these shows because they might y'all don't do it most of the time.
Mm.
Because then most of the time I was seeing y'all reviews. Some of y'all reviews don't even hold these directors accountable for nothing. It don't hold them accountable for nothing most of the time, and that be the problem. What I'll be seeing, and kind of like the last, and kind of like the last thing stuff that I just want to talk about if I leave is like the just my prediction for this series to be for Ahsoka is to be if it's average a C plus, and my high one is like an A minus. What's your prediction for the soccer show, the soccer show series once they end? If you can give a grade.
Uh, if a good plot and story, building everything fit in timeline, probably 10. If everything fits.
Okay.
Yeah, timeline for it.
And like for everybody else who's listening, um if this show is bad, I
They
would
talk
have to
about it.
talk about it and just
Yeah,
say the show is bad. If y'all disagree, just just, just doing this show review and stuff like that, everything like that.
let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yep, we could talk about it just doing the live stream, and plus I willing to talk about it. And kind of in the stream, that just trying to subscribe to some of my friends on TikTok, so like Chicago John,
Phantom,
Multiverse,
Major Effects,
Barco,
yeah.
Phantom,
Jurassic, yeah. Phantom, yeah.
Brett Rose,
Mazak,
Lori.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Or,
Omega
yeah.
Zach, uh, Omega
Jurassic,
Zach,
Carson, yeah.
JoJo,
Jojo, yeah. Agent,
yeah, Parsons,
yeah.
Agent E,
Yeah. Yeah. Agent, yeah.
Spider, call me Spider Man, Brooke, um,
Yeah.
shucks,
A lot, yeah. People, yeah.
Zeno,
Talking about. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of people, yeah, yeah, and kind of like the air about it. I'll see y'all later and see y'all next stream.
So, yeah.